If you would like to know how to keep your heart healthy for life or reverse a condition that you already are suffering from, you clicked on the right video. Hi, I'm Dr. Cori Stern, and welcome to my channel, Take Control of Your Health. And this is my next installment in What is in Your Supplement Cabinet Heart Health. I am coming to you straight from my couch again, along with my puppy, who I didn't want to leave. So he's keeping me warm, and I'm keeping him warm. If you haven't yet had a chance to subscribe to my channel and you're meaning to, please hit the subscribe button now, as that is my reward for giving this information out to as many people as I can. If you feel helped and like the information by the end of the video, please don't forget to hit the like button. It helps more people to find it. And last and most importantly, please share this video with anybody that you know that is dealing with heart issues, or somebody you love that you want to make sure their heart stays healthy. So I want to start by talking about some things that can go wrong with the heart. There's quite a few things, and it's fairly common. I see a lot of heart issues in patients. So one of the things that can go wrong with your heart is called congestive heart failure. And basically, your heart is a muscle, and that muscle just becomes weak and stops pumping effectively. And when that happens, well, first of all, you don't get blood to all of the other parts of your body that you need it to go to, and also your heart can fill up with fluid, and then it can back up into your lungs, and it's a progressive condition. You know, the heart obviously is very important. All your organs are important, but your heart is probably, in a way, it's central, because none of your organs can live without a blood supply. Blood is what transports oxygen, and organs will die if they don't have oxygen, including the heart. So the heart needs a blood supply, and the heart actually helps to send blood to all the rest of your body. So when you have congestive heart failure, it's just not doing a good job with doing that. So what can cause congestive heart failure? One thing is a lifestyle where you're sedentary. You're not challenging your heart enough, because, as I mentioned, your heart is a muscle. And just like any other muscle, use it or lose it. If you're not using it enough, if you're not exercising, your heart muscle becomes weaker and it doesn't pump as hard, and then it's a vicious cycle, because if it's not pumping as hard, it gets weaker and weaker. And by the way, when I say exercise, I don't mean that you have to go out and run a marathon. You don't have to do activities that you don't like or can't do. Just move, just walk, just don't sit around. Sitting is one of the worst things that you can do for yourself. So pretty much the only time I'm sitting is when I'm doing videos. I could do them standing too, I guess, if I could figure out where to put my laptop. High blood pressure can also cause congestive heart failure, clogged arteries, bad nutrition. Bad nutrition is a major cause of any kind of heart disease. And diabetes, we're going to talk a little bit more about how sugar affects your heart in a little bit. Smoking is a huge risk factor for heart damage. Smoking damages your arteries, and it causes inflammation, and it actually contracts your arteries, so it diminishes your blood flow. And then stress too can contribute to weakening of the heart. So those are all risk factors for risking heart damage and heart conditions. The other major thing that we see with heart issues is arrhythmias. So that is a disruption in the rhythm of your heart caused by basically the nerves in your heart are not conducting electricity properly. And having a damaged heart, let's say a previous heart attack or having an enlarged heart muscle, can lead to this neurological disruption. But guess what? So can nutritional deficiencies. There's some very specific vitamins and minerals that ensure that the electrical system in your heart is functioning properly. So I'm going to go over those with you in a little while. That's why just having a bad diet, either because you're not getting enough of the right nutrients or because you're eating too much sugar and inflaming yourself, is the #1 cause of heart issues. And, eating bad fat. I have many videos on that topic, eating bad fat. Eating good fat is really good for you and really important. Eating bad fat is inflammatory. So check out, I'll put a link to some fat videos in the description of this one, but check those out if you haven't seen them yet. They're really important. And then, of course, clogged arteries can cause damage to your heart. Clogged arteries, basically, we're talking about plaque building up inside the arteries, which prevent blood from flowing properly. And that can lead to congestive heart failure, heart attacks, just anything that blocks blood flow to your heart can cause heart damage. So what causes clogged arteries? You know what the #1 cause of clogged arteries is? Sugar. Because sugar damages the lining of the arteries. So I talked about this in my cholesterol video. If you think of the lining of your arteries like a road, the road should be smooth, so there's like no bumps, there's no potholes. But if you do things that are inflammatory, eating sugar, smoking, drinking too much alcohol, eating bad fat, the lining to the artery, the road, will become damaged. So you'll have bumps and potholes, and then when substances that are sticky are moving through your blood vessels, like cholesterol and like fat, which you need, they're important nutrients, your body needs them. But if the lining is damaged, the sticky stuff will get stuck, right? It'll literally, let's say, if you think of the cholesterol moving through your arteries like a train, and then it hits a bump or a pothole, and it falls into it and gets stuck there. And then more comes and gets stuck, and then it builds up. And then you end up with a clog. So that's how that happens. So the solution is to not expose yourself to inflammatory substances. Pretty much every video that I've ever made talks about that. So the clogged arteries can also lead to well, no, I already said that, sorry. Clogged arteries can lead to heart attacks, directly. So a heart attack is when the blood flow stops and your heart's not getting enough oxygen. That's what causes a heart attack. So lack of specific minerals, which I'm going to go into more later, includes salt. So salt is a mineral that your nervous system needs to conduct electricity. Your heart needs salt. What it does not need is bad salt. It needs good salt. So I have a whole video on that called What Happens When You Don't Eat Salt. All right, so I want you to take a look at that also. Because a medical doctors tell you to avoid salt, and that is incorrect. Stress also impacts your heart health because, first of all, the stress response causes muscle contraction. Remember, your heart's a muscle, so it puts a strain on your heart. Stress also increases blood pressure. And when you have increased blood pressure, the heart is basically working harder to get the blood into the rest of your body. And then don't forget also that when you're stressed, if you're a smoker, when you're stressed, a lot of people smoke more, and that contracts their blood vessels and increases their inflammation. So again, we have a vicious cycle going on there. So the take-home message from all that is you need to do some kind of movement and not sit around all day. You need to eat a clean, nutrient-dense diet. You need to avoid too much sugar, eat good salt. We'll talk about the minerals and vitamins that you need to make sure that you're not deficient in, and find a way to control the effects of stress on your body. It's called stress management. You can't make stress go away, but you can take deep breaths and reduce your stress hormones. And I have a lot of videos about that topic. And then if you do smoke, stop smoking. So I'm going to go over my favorite supplements for heart health. And before I do that, though, I just want to give a shout out to a new product that I've been using called Orso Pro. So Orso Pro is a full spectrum CBD oil. It's a roll-on, and it contains 3 other oils that are amazing. Arnica, which is an herb that helps to control pain and it speeds up healing. Boswellia, which is anti-inflammatory. And blue tansy oil, which reduces pain and inflammation. And I've just been getting some great results with this. It's something I've been using now, I want to say, for, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months. It also has some menthol in it. So I've been getting great feedback on it. It's also helped some of my patients with skin conditions. Blue tansy is really good for your skin. There's also jojoba oil in this, and rosehip oil. So I had a patient with an itchy rash that it helped it to go away. So it does take itching away too, I've noticed that. So I wanted to let you know about this, and it's on my website at drcori.com. And just, it's actually right now, it's the first thing popping up because it's the last thing that we put on the website. So now I want to talk to you about I picked 5 of my top heart health supplements. I usually try to do 3, but it was really hard for me to narrow it down. So the first one I want to talk about is Cataplex B Core. And this is especially important if you do have something like atrial fibrillation or any kind of arrhythmia, palpitations. The primary constituent in Cataplex B Core is thiamine. Thiamine is vitamin B1. And that helps regulate the nerve conduction in the heart. So many people with arrhythmias are deficient in thiamine. And this is an easy fix. And then the next one is called EasyMag. And EasyMag is what we call a multiform magnesium. So magnesium is pretty popular right now. It's a mineral that your nervous system really needs. It helps relax your muscles. It helps improve your sleep. It's people that have chronic leg cramps usually are magnesium deficient. So magnesium, you've probably heard of magnesium lactate, magnesium citrate, magnesium carbonate, magnesium threonate. There's all these different magnesiums. So this one has all of the magnesiums in it. And one of the advantages to that is that you absorb the different kinds of magnesium in different parts of your intestine. One of the reasons that magnesium can cause loose stool or diarrhea, it actually can be used as a laxative, right? That's what, if you've heard of milk of magnesia, and some people can't tolerate taking magnesium because it loosens their stool too much. So one of the benefits of having all the magnesiums is that because you're absorbing it in different parts of your gut, it usually doesn't overwhelm your gut like that and cause the loose stool. This particular formula has a lot of minerals in it and actually has all the minerals that are needed for your for heart rhythm, for normal heart rhythm. Almost all the minerals. It doesn't have sodium, but it has potassium, which you also need for heart rhythm, phosphorus, which you also need, and calcium. So it's a really excellent magnesium product. And if you do have heart arrhythmias or you want to prevent them, I highly recommend it. The next thing I want to talk about is called Cardio Plus. And Cardio Plus is what we would call a multi-nutrient formula. So it's like a multivitamin mineral for the heart. And it's just good heart support. It's good for prevention. It has a little bit of everything needed for heart health. You know, one of the things that the heart actually needs that a lot of people don't know is vitamin C. So it has vitamin C in it. People think of vitamin C for their immune system, but your heart needs it too. And it has some other B vitamins in it. It has some vitamin, a special form of vitamin E that carries oxygen. So I would say that anybody who wants to keep their heart healthy for life might want to consider taking this. And then the next one I want to mention is an herb called Hawthorne. And this helps with strengthening the heart muscle. Now, it's not a substitute for exercise, but it does really help with heart strength and thereby oftentimes regulating blood pressure if you have an issue with your blood pressure being too high. This herb also has antioxidant activity. So it's an excellent herb for overall health. And then last, more than cardio support, is a really powerful enzyme formula. It has 6 powerful enzymes and 6 essential herbs that support heart health. And one of the things that these enzymes do is they dissolve plaque in arteries. So it is a way of kind of plunging out the bad stuff, the bad gunk that might be building up in there. Again, not a substitute for a healthy diet, but if you do have these issues, I would highly recommend that you take this. And it has ashwagandha in it too, which is an adaptogen herb, which helps your body handle stress better. It kind of has a bunch of stuff in there that supports your heart health in several different ways. So those are my top picks for heart health. There's many more. It was actually hard to narrow it down to 5. If you need specific help with your heart, if you're already diagnosed with something, if you're on medication and you would like to improve your heart health so that you don't need the medication anymore, then I would recommend that you contact me to get a one-on-one evaluation, and we get you started on a health improvement program. And you can do that by going on my website, drcori.com, and clicking on Request Consult, or you can just email me at questions@drcori.com, and we'll get you scheduled for a comprehensive evaluation and get you started on your own individual health improvement program. I hope this was helpful. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. Hit the like button if you liked it. And then last and most importantly, as always, please share this with anybody that you know that you think would find the information useful. And until we meet again, I hope that your heart stays healthy and happy.